I thought I'd kind of give my thoughts on something that just came out of the blue yesterday. I'm sure a lot of people are talking about it. MJ Knight, I know, is going to talk about it. I know the Lexman is going to probably talk about it. OTRS Central, Shrek Daddy's going to talk about it. But what came out of the blue yesterday was kind of surprising. Now, we had heard rumors, and it was confirmed yesterday as well at the same press conference and presentation, that Nigel McGuinness, who was known as Desmond Wolfe in TNA and was the matchmaker in Ring of Honor, sort of the commissioner kind of deal, is now going to be part of WWE, and he's going to be part of the announce team. In this case, he's going to be part of the announce team for this upcoming tournament. Why? Well, it's kind of surprising what this tournament is. It's kind of surprising what this tournament is. You see, what this tournament is, it happens next month. It's a 2-night deal. It's going to be on WWE Network, and it's going to be to crown WWE's United Kingdom champion. That's right. We actually have a new championship coming in. Now, I'm sure a lot of people wonder, well, what about the women? Are they still going to go through with that? I'm sure they are, and that may take place later on in the year, if not the next month or within the month. Because I'm pretty sure they're still trying to target that. But right now, we're getting a new championship called the United Kingdom Championship. And the reason for this is, I guess from what they're saying, is WWE still wants to, WWE, because they have the network, is still trying to explore options and trying to expand to other areas of the world, other territories, so that they can, widen the audience and attention for the network, but also show that they can be more than just, localized, if you will, when it comes to the United States and Canada and Mexico. So it shows they can be more than localized. And I think when I hear about this United Kingdom Championship and the fact it's a 2-night event, they've already got the list of people, British wrestlers that are going to be part of this. I look at this as probably the start of something for WWE. As crazy as it may sound, and as crazy as a lot of people may say, well, we don't need more championships. Hopefully, if this is what it's going to be, then I think this is actually going to be something worthwhile, because obviously Triple H, he's kind of heading it up a little bit. And it sounds like what Triple H, from what I'm hearing, is Triple H is going to make sure that this tournament, or this championship, whoever the champion is at the end of it, that this United Kingdom, that's what it's called, the United Kingdom Championship, UK Championship, is defended in United Kingdom only. Now, I'm not saying that that's going to happen. I mean, look what happened with the European Championship. I mean, when the European Championship got created, it was exclusively made at first to be defended in the UK, in the European areas only. Well, now, but, as time went on, I should say, the European Championship ended up being defended in the United States. Instead of just Europe and all the United Kingdoms there, and all the United Kingdom countries, I should say there, it was defended all over. The United States, Japan, Mexico, Canada, it was defended all over. So it basically kind of brought down the prestige. I mean, yeah, you had if you were the one chosen to win that championship, you had the prestige of being of a champion representing another part of the world, yet that championship that was representing that part of the world was being defended all over. So it really didn't help that championship's prestige as much, even though some people will say the positive about it is Europe was being represented all over the world with that championship, depending on who won it or who wore it. And that sounds great and everything, but when one looks at something like, let's say, the United Kingdom Championship, and the way that one of the things that Triple H said was, the UK deserves its own champion because it does have some great fans. I'm totally for that. I totally am for that. Acknowledgement that the UK deserves their own champion. But the problem with that is this. Despite the fact that it deserves its own champion, despite that fact, the UK, the UK Championship, the United Kingdom Championship, I'm afraid it's going to fall under the same. It's going to fall under the same path, or it's going to follow, I should say, the same path as the European Championship. Basically, it's going to fall under the same circumstance as the European Championship did. And that is, you have a championship that's originally intended is originally intended to be purposely defended on European United Kingdom soil only when your company's over there, but yet it ends up being defended elsewhere. Now, some people might say, well, that might be a benefit for the United Kingdom. You're having a champion that could represent their country, their country, their union, and all that, all over the place. And when one looks at the United Kingdom Championship design for the belt, you would have to say that does make it seem a lot more prestigious, and it does bring attention to the other other United Kingdom wrestling. Not just to other United Kingdom wrestlers that are going to be part of, like the ones being part of this, but it also brings attention to other United Kingdom wrestling promotions. I mean, think about it this way. World Culture Wrestling, which has World Culture Pro Wrestling, WCPW, it's been doing very well from what I understand. This could help it get a lot of attention because they could actually strike a deal with WWE to allow some of their competitors to be used in the defending of this championship. In the defending of this championship. So that could work to its advantage. That could work to, that could work to World Culture's advantage, is having some of their competitors compete on the grand stage of WWE for this championship. I mean, whoever the WCPW champion is, think about it this way. If that person's still the WCPW champion by the time the first United Kingdom champion is crowned for WWE, and that United Kingdom champion ends up on Raw, let's say the following week, to put on his first title defense, heck, you can hype it up and say, hey, he's going to defend against the WCPW champion. You can acknowledge that. And I think that's what Triple H's intentions are, to acknowledge other promotions. But like I said, sorry about that, but, this could be a benefit for companies like WCPW, for Revolutionary Pro. They could have their champions or secondary champions, whoever they are, the top stars, cross over to WWE, get acknowledged from where they're from, maybe what promotion they work for in the UK, in a challenge, in an attempt to win the United Kingdom Championship. So I think that's Triple H's intention. He wants to get whoever the United Kingdom champion is to not just represent the United Kingdom in the WWE, but be that turning point, be that foundation that brings attention to other promotions out there, so that WWE can work out a deal. That's the entire purpose for this tournament. The entire purpose for this tournament is not just to crown a United Kingdom champion, which is the successor to the European Championship, but it's also a way for them to broaden any kind of partnership out there with any other promotion, any other United Kingdom promotion. Because like I said, you got Revolutionary Pro, which is a big one. You got World Culture, which is doing phenomenal work. So you got those two along with others that could really benefit from having their champions, their top stars competing on Raw, competing on SmackDown for this United Kingdom Championship, maybe competing at pay-per-views for this United Kingdom Championship. So you got that potential there for all these other small, major or small or medium-sized United Kingdom wrestling promotions to grow out of the fact, or get attention out of the fact, that their top guys, their top champions, are crossing over to WWE to challenge for this title, and thus bring recognition to the United Kingdom, to the promotions, get people's attention, and maybe allow some kind of leeway or find some kind of loophole that would allow for their promotion to be showcased on the network on a weekly, if not bi-weekly basis. So, to me, I think it works. I think it's a great idea. Yes, did it come out of the blue? Yes, it did. I mean, we knew Nigel McGuinness was probably going to WWE, but we didn't think this was going to help be part of it, but part of his signing. But there you go. He must have that much influence, even though he's never really worked for WWE as an in-ring competitor. Well, actually, he has. I think on a jobless standpoint. Maybe I'm wrong, but. At least he's getting the acknowledgement. At least I guess the influence he has is, especially in the United Kingdom, is allowing for this to happen. So we'll see exactly how it's going to pan out. Do I see this championship, if defended and done right, having a longevity in WWE? Yes, I do. I see it exactly having that. Am I afraid that it might fall under the same path as the European Championship, that it might follow suit in that same direction, where it's mostly defended in the United States and it's mostly defended in between non-United Kingdom stars? Yeah, I'm afraid it could happen that way too. But hopefully, if Triple H is behind the helm of this, is heading this up along with Nigel McGuinness and others, I think it's going to work. I think it's going to succeed, and like I said, I think the reason for it is to broaden partnerships with other promotions out there, as well as, like I said, broaden other promotions out there, broaden a partnership with other promotions out there, as well as, acknowledge other promotions as well, allow their champions or their top stars to compete for this title, at Raw, at SmackDown, at pay-per-views, so that at least their company gets their promotions in the United Kingdom get acknowledged, and it allows for those companies, those promotions, to be probably, allowed to be showcased on something like the WWE Network. So that people, because let's be honest, that's what it's about. They want to bring these promotions onto the network so that their top stars, their top champions can be acknowledged, and maybe their top stars and champions can be brought into WWE on a full-time basis. So that's why I think this is happening. I like the concept. Again, like I said, it came out of the blue, so we'll just have to wait and see where it goes. The only thing I fear about is it's going to follow the same path that the European title did after a while. But hopefully, if Triple H, Paul Levesque is heading this up, and Nigel McGuinness is along with him on it, I think it's going to work. So let me know what you guys think about the United Kingdom title that WWE is presenting. Let me know your thoughts on it and how do you think it'll be presented, and I'll talk to y'all later.